Alright, you're welcome to this section. In this section, we'll be learning how to work with our theme panels. Alright, I remember when we were talking about introduction to WordPress environment, we talked about some of these WordPress theme panels, but right here when we're talking about the premium themes, the premium theme comes with more advanced theme panels. Alright, so right here we'll be looking at how to work with the advanced theme panels. Alright, in this section we'll be looking at the appearance. Under the appearance, we have the customize, we have the widgets, we have the menus. Alright, then we'll talk about the contacts. Under the contacts, we have the contact form plugins, creating new contact forms, then setting up an email account. Alright, then we'll move to the media library. Under the media library, we'll talk about image optimization, deleting and uploading media files. Alright, then we'll talk about the theme options. Under the theme options, we'll talk about setting up advanced theme option. Then we'll move to speed booster. Alright, so let's get started. Let's go to our dashboard here. Alright, the first thing we're going to look at here is the appearance. Alright, so under the appearance, we hover our mouse on appearance. Right, you can see under the appearance we have that theme. We talked about this. If we click on the theme, it's going to take us to where we can change our theme, but we are not changing theme. We have talked about how to install and activate our themes. The next thing here is the customize, then the widgets, then the menus, then the header. Alright, then we have other things like the theme options and the background. Alright, so let's move to the customize. Let's open this in a new tab. Alright, so the customize field gives you the ability to customize your theme. Alright, the beauty about this is that every premium theme comes with customized panel. Right, so the customized panel will help you make major changes on your website. The first thing we talk about under the customize is the site identity. Alright, let's click on that. Right, the site identity is a place where we can see the site title. Alright, then the site tagline. We talked about this when we were talking about introduction to WordPress environment. For us to see that, we hover our mouse on settings and we'll click on general. Alright, so right here you can see this is the site title and this is the tagline. So if you don't want to set your site title and site tagline using the settings here, you can do that under the customize. Alright, so right here you can see the site title is called my second website, while the tagline is set to just another WordPress website. It's important that you change the site title and the site tagline. Alright, when you're working with your local server or you're working with your live server. Alright, now we'll go to other websites to show you how the site title and tagline works. Let's go to my website, allforlearners.com. Then let's open Google also, google.com right here. Alright, now if you hover your mouse on my website, you're going to see the name of my website is All for Learners, while the tagline is allforlearners.com. Right here, if you hover your mouse on Google, you're going to see that the site title is Google, while the site tagline is google.com. Alright, so this is very, very important. It will help you when you start talking about search engine optimization and the likes. Right, so right here you can change this and you can change this, and after that you click on publish. So let's change the tagline right here. Let's call this training website on project 2. Alright, now after all of that, if you leave without publishing, it means that you've just wasted your time typing all of this. After making your correction here, you click on publish. Alright, publish, you can see it has been published. Alright, then below that we talk about the site icon. The site icon is very important. Right here it says that site icons are what you see in browser tabs, bookmark bars, and within the WordPress mobile apps. Upload one here. Alright, now the meaning of site icon here, if you look at my website here, you are going to see that there is an icon here. This is what is called the site icon. If you hover your mouse on Google here, you are going to see the site icon of Google. Right, so it's very important because we are using a local server right here. You can see by default it's set to WAMP. Alright, if you are using a live server and you are working on WordPress, by default you are going to have a WordPress icon here. Alright, it's important that you upload a site icon. How do you do that? You can see there is a recommended dimension here. It says site icon should be square and at least 512 by 512 pixels. Alright, so if you have an image that has this dimension you want to upload, you click on that. Right, so right here, let's assume we want to go for this. Let's select this and let's click on crop here. Alright, you can see that here it has changed from the usual W to this side icon. After that, we'll click on publish. Very important. Then after making the changes in the site identity, you click on the arrow that is pointing to the back. If you click on the cancel here, it's going to take you back to your dashboard. So yeah, this is where you're supposed to click on this. It's going to take you back to this place. All right, and right here we can select the colors of our website. So we'll click on colors here. Right here we have the header text color and we have the background color. We can adjust all of this. If we click on this here, it's going to take us where we select the colors we want. All right, so let's leave this as it is. And the next thing here is the header image. Very important. The header image here is the image that appears right here. All right, you can see by default is set to pro color. You can change this if you want to, but right here let's leave this the way it is for now. The next thing here is the background image. The background image is the image that appears at the background level here. So if you want to add a background image, this is where you can select the background image. But it's not advisable most of the times to use a background image because a background image has a way of slowing down your website. All right. So but if you want to do that, you click on select image and you upload that image. All right. Let's go back here. Then this is the menus. This is where we get to select the menus. We have the primary menu. We have other types of menu right here. This is the bottom menu. If you click on the bottom menu, you can add items. If you click on add items, it's going to take you to where you're going to select the pages in your website. All right, we are not going to do this right here. There is a place where I want us to edit the menus. All right, so let's go back here. Then we also have the footer menu. All right, the footer menu is the menu you see at the footer of your website. Right here you can see there is no footer menu right here, but there is a place where we can add that also. I don't want us to do that here. Then we have the main menu. The main menu is the menu you see at the top of your website right here, and you can see we have not selected any menu right here. So but you can do that through this place, all right, by clicking on the main menu. When you click on add items, it's going to take you to a place where you can select the pages for that particular menu. All right, so let's just add one. Let's add this here. All right, my account, and then let's click on publish. Right here you can see my account has been added to the main menu. All right, you can select as many items as possible, but I don't want us to configure our main menu from this angle. Right, there's a place where we can work effectively on our menus. All right, so right here we are just going to leave this as it is. All right, after that you click on the back arrow here. Then we have the right menu, we have the widget menu. You can also create new menu by clicking on the create new menu right here. All right, so let's go back right here. And after that we'll talk about the widget. The widget is very important right here. You can see right here that we're having our 4 footer widget. We have the first footer, the second footer, third footer column, and the fourth footer column. All right, if you click on the first one, you will see this will be our first footer column. If you click on that, you can see this is about us. You can edit all of that here. Then the second should talk about the latest post. All right, so right here we're going to click on that. Okay, there's links here. Right here we didn't select any quick link, so we're going to leave this as it is because we haven't added any menu yet. So let's leave this out. Then we have the third column. The third column definitely should talk about the latest post. This is the latest post here. You can select the number of posts to be displayed. Right here is set to 2. That's where you're seeing 2 posts. Right, you can set this to 5, 4, or to any desired number of your choice. All right. So after that, we also talk about the fourth column. So this is where we can make the major changes on our footer. Right. Now we'll move to the home page settings. Very, very important. We've talked about the home page settings here. If you go back to your dashboard here, you hover your mouse on settings and you click on reading. This is where you are going to select the kind of website you want to design. If you want it to be a post, you select this. If you want it to be a full website, you select this. So right here you can also do that under the home page settings. All right, right here if you want it to be a post, you click on this. If you want it to be a full website, click on this. Then you can select your home page. You can also select your post page. All right, after that go back. Then this is a place where you can add additional CSS. Take for instance, you have a technical knowledge about CSS. This is where you can use CSS to control some of the layout of your website. All right, so basically here that's that for that customize under appearance. All right, so let's close this. Right, after that we hover our mouse on appearance again, then we'll move to widget. All right, let's see what we can see under the widget area. All right, you can see this under the widget area. We're having the latest post here. We're having the recent comments here. You can see that Then right here we're having the search, we're having others. We even have the side left bar here. You can see this is what's going to display at the side left bar. Right here we have the footer first column. All right, now this is another place where we can set the footer. Remember we saw this at the customize. So if you click on this right here, you can see this is about us. You can also come here to edit this right up. All right, after that we have the footer second column, we have the footer third and the footer fourth. All right, you can edit all of that here too. And this is the number of posts. Now let's visit our website. Let's go to one of our pages here. Let's view this. Let's view the blog. Okay, so let's open one of these. Alright, right here we are having the search bar, then we have the recent posts, and we have the recent comments. So if you come down to the widget here, you're going to see we have the side right bar, then we have the recent posts, we have the recent comments, we have the search. Exactly the way this is arranged, that is how it's going to be under our post. Alright, so right here, this is where we can edit all of that. You can click on any of these to start editing. Alright, if I click on this, I can remove all of this. You can also delete what you have here one after the other. Right, then you can also add to an existing widget. Right here, once you hover your mouse on the bottom, you are going to see a plus sign. If you click on the plus sign, it's going to display the elements you have here, just as we saw in the post area. Right, if you click on browser, it's going to take you to where you're going to see lots of elements. All right, so if you want to add a heading, you click on heading, so you can start writing your heading. If you want to add a custom HTML, right here you click on that custom HTML. I use the custom HTML a lot. Take for instance, I want to add a code that Google gives me to verify my website. Remember, they are going to send a code. It's advisable that you add that with your custom HTML. Right, after all of that, you click on update. All right, so when you visit your website here, let's reload this. Alright, if you visit your website here, you should see what you've just added right here. But since I didn't add the code in the custom HTML, it's not going to display here. And even the headings I selected, I didn't type anything right there. Right, so let's just write something here. Let's call this the heading tag. Right, after that, we click on update here. Alright, so let's reload our website here. You can see this is it here, the heading tag right here. All right, so you can add as many widgets at the right hand side if you want to. All right, simply by going through the widgets area. Right, we also have the side bar widget. We click on the arrow here, you're going to see the elements under that. We also have the inactive widget. We click on that, there is nothing under the inactive widget and the likes. So that's basically that for the widget. The next thing here is the menus. Very important. Let's open this in a new tab. All right, now this is where I actually want us to focus on. All right, now the menu is very important. We have different types of menu depending on the kind of theme you are using. So if you want to see all the menus that came with this theme, you're going to click on this drop down here. You can see we have the button menu, you have the footer menu, you have the main menu, primary navigation, we have the right menu. So let's work on the main menu first. So we'll select the main menu, then we'll click on select here. Right, you can see here we only added my account page to the main menus. Right, so let's view that in a new tab. Open in a new tab here. All right, you can see that my account is just here. So let's add other pages. So if you want to view all the pages you have on your website, you click on view all here. All right, the home page is important. You need a home page, then you need a blog page. Right here you need a contact page. Kindly note here that it's the pages that populate your menu. Right, you don't use the posts to populate your menus, you use the pages. All right, you won't even see any of the posts in this place. Everything you'll be seeing here will be pages. All right, so right here we select the contacts one. Let's select printing repair here. Let's select services here, then probably let's select shop. After selecting the pages you want to add in the primary menu or the main menu, you click on add to menu. Right, you can see all I've selected here. Right, so after that I'll click on save menu. Right, you can see right here it says main menu has been updated. So let's reload our website here. Alright, you can see right here, these are the pages in the main menu, right? There's another thing I want us to do here. I want us to create a drop down. It's very simple. For you to create a drop down, let's assume we want the shop to be under the services. All you need to do is to click on the page here, then drag to the right a bit. You can see here we have the shop as a sub menu of services. Let's also make my account to be a sub menu under the services. So drag this to the right and we'll release that a bit. All right, so after that we click on save menu. All right, so let's reload to see how it's going to look like. All right, you can see this is the services. If you hover your mouse, you have this drop down, right? So basically here, this is how you can create different menus in your website. But before we leave the main menu, there's another thing I want us to look at here. Let's check this automatically add new top level pages to this menu. If you check this box, if you write any page, it will be added automatically to your primary menu right here. All right, instead of writing a page and coming back here to add to the primary menu, once you check this, any page you add to your website will be automatically added in the primary menu, right? So this is also important, but if you don't want to do that, you have to uncheck this. Also right here, you can set this menu as your right menu. You can set this as the bottom menu, current set to bottom menu. You can set this as the left footer menu and as the right footer menu, right? So but right here we just want to leave this as the primary or the main menu, right? So after that we click on save menu. Now that's for the primary menu. Let's still select the footer menu, right? Click on select. You can see right here we don't have any page under the footer menu, so we have to select the pages that we want to add on the footer menu. So right here, let's assume we want to add services, we want to add quotes, we want to add my account, we want to add cards, and after that we click on add to menu. Right, you can see that here. After that we click on save changes. All right, so let's view this. Let's reload the website here. Let's reload this. All right, so let's scroll down at the footer side. You can see this is the menu. You can see the pages, cards, my account, quotes, services. All right, this is here, cards, my account, quotes, services. All right, so you can do this for any of the menus that you want to add pages to. All right, so this is how you can work with the menus in your website. All right, so this is very, very important. Basically here, this is how we can work with the WordPress appearance panel, right? So in the next section, we'll be looking at how to work with the contact. All right, so see you at the next section.